And back. Part 2 video. All right. So again, we have fractions and we want to get rid of the fractions. So what we're going to do is make all the denominators the same and then get rid of all the denominators. So here I have a 3. This denominator, I can put it over 1 as 1, 9 over 1, and then 6. So if I wanted to, I could make all of these a 6. So 3 becomes 6. Everything else is going to stay the same. That variable x is going to come with that. So 3 times what equals 6? Well, that's times 2, so I have to multiply the top by 2. So this is, you're just writing equivalent fractions. So 4/6. So minus, again, I want to make my bottom one x minus, and then a fraction, 6. So if I want a fraction that when the top number and bottom number are going to equal 1, or when divided they equal 1. So, or I can think I multiplied the 1 by 6, so I need to multiply the top 1 by 6. Okay, so 6 divided by 6, is that 1? Yes. Equals, so this again has to be 6, so I have to multiply it by 6. And so I'm going to multiply this top one by 6, so 54. And think, 54 divided by 6, that is, does that equal 9? Yes. And then here I have 6 already, so I can leave it. Again, I have now all 6's on the bottom, so I'm going to cross out all the 6's. So I get 4x minus 6, so I'm going to be writing everything else the same. This is going to be on top. Equals 54 minus 1x. So here I want to get rid of that minus 1x by adding the 1x to both sides. And 4x plus 1x is 5x. I'm going to rewrite everything else that I didn't touch. Equals 54. I want to get rid of that subtracting 6 by adding 6 to both sides. So 5x, this goes away, is left on this side, equals, and 54 plus 6 is 60. Again, use a calculator with those to double check your answers. Don't get them wrong just for a simple mathematical error. 5 is being multiplied by x, so I need to undo that by dividing by 5 on both sides. So one of the biggest mistakes was if we had a negative here, a lot of kids wanted to add it. You don't add it. It's still, even if this was a negative number, you're still you're still multiplying, so you need to divide it to undo it. So this becomes 1, so that goes away. 1x, or x, is equal to 12. Okay. Next one, 2x plus 3 plus 4 equals negative 2x minus 13. So I want to combine any like terms that I can. So I have 2x and no other x's on that side, so I can't combine it. But these constants are like terms, so I need to add them together or combine them, 3 and 4, and it's a positive 3 and a positive 4, so combining them makes 7. Over here I don't have any like terms, so I just continue. So next I want to add 2x to this side to get rid of this negative 2x. So that will go away, but I have to do it to this side. 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 7 equals a negative 13. And then I want to get rid of that plus 7 by subtracting 7 on both sides. This will go away. I have 4x left over here equals, and negative 13 minus 7 is a negative 20. Okay, then I have my coefficient on my variable. I want to divide by that coefficient because right now I'm multiplying the x by 4, so to undo it I divide it by 4. Same thing over here. X equals, don't forget your negative here, negative 5, because 20 divided by 4 is 5. Okay, up here again, I want to look for my smaller variable. So subtract 5n on both sides. That leaves, this goes away, I get negative 7. Remembering that that negative has to stay with that 7. Equals, I get 4n, because 9 minus 5. The n just comes with it, plus 21. And then I need to undo that plus 21 by subtracting 21. So this becomes negative 28 equals 4n. Again, this is going to take you a little longer until we really get good with negative 7 minus 21. Use a calculator, check your answer. So what's happening to my n? I need to undo that by dividing both sides. Noticing that I have this on both sides. I have this on both sides. So negative 7 equals n. Then this, I'm just simplifying it down. Negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. Okay, again, subtract 3n, subtract 3n. That goes away. I have a negative 6 equals 2n plus 20. Then I would subtract the 20, subtract the 20. I get negative 26 equals 2n. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Negative 13 equals n. Again, I want to write it n equals negative 13. Okay, so now we have about 7 minutes left, or 8 minutes left to do word problems. So, Green's Gym charges a one-time fee. So if we ever see one-time fee, that's going to be a constant. One-time fee of $50 plus $30 per, when you see that, per session. So we're going to use X for the number of sessions. You could use S, but I don't like using S. So 30 times the number of sessions, so I'm going to multiply, for a personal trainer. A new fitness center charges a yearly fee of $250 plus $10 for each session. For how many sessions is the cost of the two plans the same? So when you see that word the same, we're going to actually be setting them, we're going to set up two expressions, and we're going to be setting them equal to each other because we want to know when they are the same or equal. So $250 every year plus I have $10 for each. So 10 times each session. So this is my equation, and I need to solve it to find out how many sessions is the cost the same. So I want to get my variables on the same side, so I'm going to subtract 10x, 50 plus 20x equals, this goes away, 250. Then I want to subtract 50 on both sides. So 20x equals 200. Divide by 20, divide by 20. So x equals, so 2, those two will cancel out. 2 goes into 20 10 times. So that means 10 sessions, and they will cost the same. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I please have Raina Burgan, Elena Johnson, Gianna Eilers, and Eric? Length of a flagpole is 0.3 foot less than twice its width. If the perimeter is 14 feet longer than the width, find the dimensions. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so the length of a flag is, so flag is 0.3 less than twice, see the word than? So twice 0.3 less than twice 2 times its width. So I'm going to be less than, right? And if the perimeter is 14.4, so if the perimeter is 14.4, so perimeter equals 14.4. So feet longer than the width, right? Find the dimensions of the flag. So we need to find what are we looking at? We're finding the dimensions. That means width and the width and the length. So the length of the flag is 0.3 feet less than the twice its width. And if the perimeter is 14.4 feet longer than the width, so these are going to be 14.4 longer than the width. Find the dimensions, and I'm going to set them equal to each other. So I'm going to add 0.3, add 0.3. So this will go away. 2W equals, this will be 14.7 plus W, and subtract the W. I want to say 1W. Oh, twice its length. Because I'm not setting these equal to each other. So, hold on. Actually, I was supposed to stop right here at this problem. So I'm going to stop part 2 at this problem. So let me go back here. If you look, this whole right side is actually day 2. So I'm going to go back over it in day 2s. So your assignment for part 1 is page 149, 1 through 7 odd, and 15 through 19 odd. You should be working the entire time for the sub.